started. But before I start talking about some of the ways we can do this, I figured let's talk a little bit about me. In case some of you haven't been on my sessions before, you may not really know my story or where I come from. So what I would just want to let you guys know that I'm a certified and registered health and functional nutrition coach, and I provide one-on-one and group coaching through my company, Nourish to Live RX. And I help my clients sleep better, gain energy, lose weight, and just become the best versions of themselves. And I use a trifecta approach of aligning the mind with food and movement. So before I go forward, I want to tell you a little story about how I got to where I am today. So it started about 15 years ago. One year I was really, really sick. I was sick throughout most of the year. It started with the flu. And I don't know if you guys have gotten the flu before, but I was actually out of work for almost 2 weeks. I've never had the flu like that before. It was horrible. And I remember like it was yesterday. It was just, I felt so bad. Anyway, I got better. After a few weeks, I got better. But shortly after that, I ended up getting a sinus infection. Now I've had sinus infections my whole life, so didn't really think much of it. So at that time, 15 years ago, they give you antibiotics to clear it up. They don't really do that as much today. Had that cleared up, and then I got strep throat. Had to go back and get penicillin to clear that up. That went away pretty fast after I got the penicillin. Then I ended up getting another sinus infection. Had to clear that up in a few weeks, and then I got another bout of strep throat. So I just couldn't catch a break. So that's what my year was like. It was horrible. It was really horrible that year, and I just had enough. So what I did is I decided to see a naturopath, and she had me do some food sensitivity testing. And what we found out is that I was intolerant to all kinds of food: gluten, dairy, nuts, salmon, red meat, you name it. I was intolerant to it. So what she did is she had me cut out all these foods and then gave me supplements to heal and support my immune system. And then within weeks, I felt much better. And to be honest, ever since then, I've not had the flu or strep throat for the last 15 years. I do get the occasional sinus infection, but it goes away quickly, and I usually don't need medicine. So what that experience has told me is that I actually it sold me on the concept that food is medicine, and what you eat really, really does affect how you feel. So fast forward now that I've hit midlife, I'm 51 years old, and my hormones are changing, my metabolism is slowing down, my sleep quality is not as good as it used to be, and things that worked for me before are just not working as well today. So I don't know if that sounds familiar to anyone, but I've heard it does. I've heard that I'm not the only one that this has happened to. So that's why I kind of like to do presentations like this, because what I found is that food intolerances, energy levels, stressors, environment, all that can change over your lifetime. So I found that by resetting my health habits has allowed me to reset my baseline of well-being. And it has allowed me to learn what practices work best for my body at my given stage in life. So typically I like to do a check-in 3 to 4 times a year to reset my baseline and kick out any bad habits that I may have acquired. So that's enough about me. So now I'll talk a little bit about the benefits of doing a reset. So why would you want to do a reset? Well, for many reasons, which I've listed here on the slide. So, basically you want to feel your best. You want to renew your baseline of well-being. You want to boost your immune system, reduce inflammation, maybe shed some excess weight, maybe get more energy, feel lighter and cleaner. Maybe you have cravings for unhealthy foods. Maybe you want to improve your digestion or experience less gas and bloating, have clear skin, better sleep. If you have allergies, maybe decrease allergy symptoms and congestion. And you may even find you want to know about food sensitivities. And you want to create healthy habits as well that enliven you. So basically, doing a health reset every so often will help you develop healthy habits that help you feel your best. So you may ask yourself, how do I know it's time for a reset? So if you want to do it, do you know if it's the right time? So what you want to do is ask these questions to yourself, very similar to what I said before. Do you get bloated after eating? Do you tend to gain weight easily, and especially around your belly? Or do you have extra pounds that won't come off with diet and exercise? Or do you frequently get headaches? Do you feel gassy a lot? Or do you have low energy throughout the day? Do you have cravings for sugar or starchy foods? Or do you feel addicted to foods that you know aren't good for you, but yet you can't stop eating them? Do you experience mood swings or anxiety? Or have difficulty focusing or experiencing foggy brain? If you have muscle pain, achiness, stiffness in your joints, or if you feel anxious or nervous. If you answered yes to any of these questions, then yeah, it'd be a good time for you to reset. So the way I do it is I focus on 3 areas for the reset. You want to focus on nutrition, you want to focus on developing healthy habits, and you also want to focus on developing your mindset, having a good mindset. So I'll go into a little deeper into all three of these things. I'll first talk about nutrition. Okay, so what you eat and how you eat will greatly affect how you feel, how you function, and how your body reacts to external factors. So during a reset, you want to focus on eliminating or minimizing foods that cause inflammation or sensitivities. And you also want to drink a lot of water. I don't think people drink enough water. I think if you think you're drinking enough, drink more. On the slide, I show you a diet range. I like to use this range with clients to set up a wellness plan during the reset. And you want to consider the following factors. Where does your diet currently fall on this scale or on this range? And many people, where does your current diet fall? But where would you like to be? So during the reset, you kind of want to say, okay, I know where I am now. Where do I want to be during the reset? It may not be where you're going to end up after the reset, but you want to kind of say where I want to be during the reset. So many people choose vegan foods and everything above. Many people will include seafood, and many will keep chicken in their diet. It basically, you need to decide what level is right for you and what you're comfortable with. And that's how you'll succeed with a reset. You do probably want to cut down some of the things at the lower level of the scale. That will definitely help. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about nutrition. I'll keep it pretty high level. Now I want to go into developing healthy habits. So when you develop healthy habits, today I decided to focus on 3 areas: sleep, movement, and body practices. So sleep, getting good quality sleep is essential for your well-being. It's good for your brain, helps control stress, it helps you maintain a healthy weight, it clears your mind, and it helps you fight viruses and colds by keeping your immune system in check. And then movement. Any type of movement is good. Movement, exercise, whatever. Walking, yoga, running, cycling, high intensity interval training. Just move. Just make sure you try to do some kind of movement on a regular basis. I will say one thing. You don't want to overdo it. Exercising too much or too often without proper recovery will tax your system and give you the opposite effects of what you're looking for. So movement is great. Just make sure you're also including rest if you are one of those people that really like to exercise hard. And movement and exercise is an effective way to cleanse the body of toxins. So make sure you get out there and sweat on a regular basis. And not only is movement good for your physical health, which we know, it's also good for your mental health. So, think about when you go outside, you can breathe in that fresh air and absorb some vitamin D. That's all so good for you. And then body practices. Developing healthy habits around body practices provide you with important opportunities to love and pay attention to your body. It helps you relieve stress, improve your circulation, and improve muscle and organ health as well. So I've listed some examples here. Meditation and deep breathing, they allow you to reduce stress and clear and calm the mind. Massage and heat therapy are not only good for soothing various physical ailments, but they're also good for calming and relaxing your mind. And these are just a few examples of some of the body practices you can do. So let's move into the third area of focus, developing a healthy mindset. So having a healthy mindset will lower your stress, it increases your lifespan, and it provides better psychological and physical well-being. And you'll experience higher energy levels, you'll sleep better, and you'll have a clear mind. So it's very important to do that, to have a healthy mindset. So how can you do that? Let's just talk a little bit of a few little ways. This is not obviously a complete list, but let's talk a little bit about a few. So practicing gratitude is one way you can develop a healthy mindset. So tell someone you love them and that you appreciate them. Notice beauty in nature, compliment friends and family, nurture your friendships. Good friends are hard to come by. Go out of your way to thank someone, and then check in on your neighbors, especially at this time, right, with the pandemic. So those are some ways you can practice gratitude. Another way is to spend time with positive people. Positive people influence you. They make you happy. They help you make better choices. They motivate you, encourage you, and support you. So find positive people and hang out with them. I know it's a little harder now with the pandemic, but get on virtually with them and make sure you're hanging out with them. Another thing, practice positive self-talk. Treat yourself with kindness and compassion and stop judging yourself. That goes a long way. And hand in hand with that is practicing self-care. I was in a meeting this morning, bright and early, and it was a networking meeting, and somebody had said something that really resonated with me. And what she said was, self-care equals self-respect. And that really resonated with me. It's so, so true. I think we tend to not really take care of ourselves as much as we should. So that stuck with me. I hope it sticks with you as well. Some ways you can practice self-care is take a walk or schedule time for exercise and movement. Make sure you're getting it in your schedule. Keep yourself hydrated. I mentioned earlier to drink lots of water. Another way, say no more often. You don't have to say yes to everybody. You don't have to be that yes person. Another way is take a nap. Take a nap when you're tired. And spend time with loved ones. Hang out with pets. Those are types of things that really will make you feel good. Another thing, give back and or volunteer. So find a charity to support, in any way you can, and volunteer your time. That always makes you feel good. And the last thing I want to focus on is, and certainly not the least, is focus only on what you can control. So when we focus only on what we can control, our thoughts empower us and trigger positive emotions. So ask yourself the following questions. What is worrying me? But what is within my control? And then what matters to me most? And what can I do about it? And if you ask yourself those questions, it really does help you kind of weed out the things that you can control versus what you can't control. Okay, so let's put this all together now. I talked about the 3 areas of focus. So putting it all together, nutrition, health, developing healthy habits, and having a healthy mindset, they're all interrelated. They feed each other. They support each other. And to be successful, you should focus on all 3 areas. So how can you do that? Well, one way you can do it to ensure success is adding 3 ingredients: consistency, simplicity, and support. So by being consistent, that's how you develop habits that stick, by doing them consistently. So if you do the reset, do it for at least 3 weeks to ensure the habits stick. And you want to use proven tools to help you stay consistent. There's tons of things out there. You also want to set right-sized goals for yourself and then hold yourself accountable to those goals. And then keep it simple. So make small changes over time. Don't try to overwhelm yourself and take on everything at once. Around nutrition, keep your meal plan or your wellness plan simple. And then last but not least, getting support. You want to find people to support you in the process. Friends and family members can offer great support. But also having unbiased support from a coach like me or anybody else will help you ensure you reach your goals. So I recommend doing a checkpoint 3 to 4 times a year, like I mentioned earlier. And you want to ask yourself the questions from the beginning of this presentation. And if you answer yes, then schedule a reset with yourself. The nice thing about a reset is that it's short, it's easy to do, and you can do it multiple times a year. It also allows you to reset bad habits that may have creeped back into your lifestyle. So if you're interested to learn more, I am going to talk a little bit about a program I just created, and it's called the 21-Day Kickstart. And this program follows the concepts that I presented today, and it's designed to reset your health and well-being through nutrition, mindset, and habit change. And you'll learn how food and activities affect your well-being. So I'll go through quickly. Week 1, it's 3 weeks. Week 1, you set your intentions and goals. We create a unique wellness plan for you. And then you start to wean off any unhealthy ingredients based on the wellness plan that we created together, based on what you're comfortable with. Then you start easing into that healthier lifestyle by introducing daily habits, lessons, activities, and check-ins. And then week 2, you continue to follow the wellness plan, but continue to incorporate additional healthy habits, body practices, and movement. And then week 3, you continue to follow your plan. And then you also learn how to reintroduce. If you decided to eliminate food on week 1, you learn how to introduce those ingredients back into your diet one by one so you can identify how that food makes you feel. And this is really important because if you are having trouble, with gas, bloating, and stuff like that, you may find that certain foods are causing that. So this is a good way to kind of test yourself and test your body. And then also part of week 3, we create a maintenance plan for you to follow long-term that best suits your unique body. So when you sign up, you receive access to online software where you can check in, track lessons, habits, and exercises. And you also interact directly with me. You also get 2 30-minute one-on-one coaching sessions, access to tools, activities, and whole food recipes to ensure your success during the program. So the cost for this program is $79 Canadian. And it's a program I just created, so I'm offering everybody who's listening to this 25% off that price. So use the code that's listed here and you can get 25% off that $79. So I'd love for you to check it out. If you want to learn more about this program or about any of my services, feel free to check out a few links. And I have all of my links here. I have a link to the program. I have a link to my website if you want to learn more about me or other services I provide. Also on the website has any future webinars that I'll be hosting. I'd love to have a call with you and hear your story. Feel free to book a session with me. I love networking. I love having virtual coffees. Feel free to reach out. Some of you, I think, are already in my Fabulous Over 40 Facebook group, but if you are a woman over 40 and you don't know about the group, I have a link here. We discuss all things health and wellness. I'm also on Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Clubhouse, basically all the social media sites. I normally hang out on Facebook though. Instagram is a little too small for my old eyes now, but I do post when I can on there. So, and that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I hope this, really gave you guys some insight on what you could do to do a health reset. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat or raise your hand. I can bring you on if you actually want to talk, or you can reach out to me after if you have any questions at all. But that is all for my presentation. So I hope that you got some information out of it and that it was useful. So thanks. Do you guys have any questions at all? If not, that is okay. I will say the next webinar will be in 2 weeks, and I will be discussing, talking about metabolism and how it changes as we get older. So I will be putting the information on my website, and I'll be sending it out through the groups and email and stuff. So I have your email addresses, so I will send you an email when I get that set up, and feel free to join it again. And going forward, I'm going to have a bunch more guest speakers coming on, so I'm quite excited about that, but I hope that you find this valuable. So thanks guys for joining. Kaylee, thank you. I appreciate the feedback. And good night, everyone, and have a great evening. Thank you for joining. Bye.